Texas Kitchen. Today, I'm gonna make for y'all some homemade lasagna, the easy way. So, as you can see, I got all my stuff laid out here. In order to make the easy homemade lasagna, like Nini's Texas Kitchen lasagna, what you need to have is a pound of hamburger meat. It can be whatever percentage you like. You also need to go ahead the first thing and turn on your oven to 375 degrees. Then once you get that going, go ahead and get your meat ready. I'm using 85% lean. You can use whatever you want though. I have used 96%, but for today, this is what I'm using. So once you get that in there, you want to go ahead and turn your burner on. I turn mine on medium to brown it. Then you just go ahead and add a little seasoning. I just do a little salt and a little pepper. And I like to throw in just a little bit of minced garlic. You can do fresh if you want to, but in Nini's Kitchen, we do things that don't take a whole lot of effort on stuff like this. So I just put like a half a spoon of it in there. And get that going. It's just like a 8-inch pot, and then I put the lid on it just because that helps it cook quicker and more even. Okay? If I feel like my heat's too high for medium, I just turn it down slightly. Okay? Now, the ingredients that you're going to need and the equipment that you need to make this lasagna, it looks like a lot, but it's really not that much. Okay? So you need a 9x13 baking pan, and it can be glass or it can be metal, whatever you have is fine. It's not a big deal, okay? You need some lasagna noodles, some sauce, spaghetti sauce, right? Cottage cheese. Of course, if you don't like cottage cheese, you can leave it out, or if you prefer ricotta, you can do that instead, okay? Then you need some Parmesan and you need some mozzarella. You also need parsley to put that part together, okay? Now what you're asking what the other stuff is that I have here. Well, I have some Texas toast because this is Nini's Texas Kitchen, and in Texas we like to use Texas things, all right? So you need Texas toast, some butter, some garlic powder, garlic salt, and then you'll use your parsley again, okay? So what I'll do is I'll butter these up, and I'll show you that in just a second. And then I'll sprinkle just a little bit of this on them so they can toast once I get close to the end of this being ready. Alright? Now, while my meat is going, I'm going to go ahead and get my pan ready. And I'll show you how you make the layers and stuff here in just a second, once the meat's done. So you don't have to spray your pan with cooking spray, with non-stick cooking spray, but I like to, just because it makes cleanup a lot easier when everything's done. So I just spray it down, and that's it. Done with this. For this recipe, you won't need anything else. So now, we just keep on watching our meat cook. Browning up real nice. I like to keep a paper towel or a spoon rest or something next to it on my counter so I can lay my spoon down so it don't fall off the pan. You may not like doing that, but that's the way I do it, just because it makes it easier on me. Don't make a mess if it happens to fall out and flip hamburger meat and grease and everything everywhere. So I like to keep my kitchen clean. So That's just me. You can do it however you like. I'm just showing y'all how I do it. So, for now we're gonna let that brown and we'll be right back with y'all. Hey y'all, we're back. So, hamburger meat is ready. It's all brown now. So the next step is we're gonna add our sauce. So, I like to use a whole jar of sauce, and this is a 25 ounce, and you can use a 28 ounce, and then I'll use a little bit from my other jar, and then save the rest. And you can make homemade sauce, but I'm trying to do this the easy way, so I'm using jar sauce from the store. It don't matter what brand, whatever your favorite brand is just fine. So mix that up good. And the key is, if you don't want to buy 2 jars of sauce, you can buy just one of that size jar, and then you can get like a can of tomato sauce, one of those little ones, and you can put that in there with it. Just you need enough sauce to be able to make your lasagna moist whenever you layer it out. But I'm gonna use a little bit of extra sauce from my other jar. I might have used maybe a cup of it or half a cup, but you don't need a lot, just a little bit. And then you just sort of mix that around. You can let it heat through on the stove if you want to, but you don't have to because you're going to be baking it in the oven here in just a minute. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it off, and then I can get started on baking it. Layering it. So it's kind of hot from being on the stove, so I'm just going to take some of my sauce and just ladle it out a little bit. You don't need a whole lot. Spread it out in the bottom real good like this, so it's nice and even. Okay. Now, if you are vegetarian or you want to use, some other kind of meat, or you want to use tofu or whatever, you go right ahead. I don't cook with tofu, but I know you can cook it up and use it as a substitute for hamburger or meat or whatever if you want to. And then once you have your sauce in a layer on the bottom, then go ahead and take your lasagna noodles. Now this time, I have the flat sheet noodles, but you can buy the regular traditional noodles if you want to, that have like the ridges and all that stuff. I use that too, it's just this time this is what I got. So just layer it in there like this. And then I have a little space left at the end, so I'm just gonna take one sheet and I'm just going to break it and put some little extra pieces down at the end. Okay, they don't have to be pretty because they're going to cook and be soft by the time it's all done. Okay, once you get that layer in, then you take your cottage cheese and just put a little bit on there. You're kind of spreading it out and making it pretty and even. That the even is the key for your layers, okay? Because you want it to taste right by being all even and everything, all right? So just do that. Okay, so once you get your cottage cheese layer on there, just a thin layer. I don't put a whole lot, because my husband don't really like cottage cheese, but I do. So I just put a little bit. So you can put it on as thick as you want. It don't matter, as long as everything will fit in your pan when you get done. So I put that on, and then take a little bit of Parmesan cheese, and it can be kind of the bag that's shredded, or you can buy your own and shred it. It don't matter. I like to buy the powder because it's easy. And then I just sprinkle a little bit on there. Then take a little bit of your shredded mozzarella, and like I say, you can shred your own, but I like to buy the pre-shredded. It's just easier for me. And then just sprinkle it on top like that. As much or little as you like. Then I take a little bit of parsley, and I use the dried. You can buy fresh if you want to and crush it up or whatever, but just sprinkle a little bit of parsley on there, okay? Then you repeat your layers. So you do 3 layers, okay? So you don't want to pour your sauce in because you might run out. You want to make sure that you spoon it over it, and then you use your spoon to like even it all out. So this is going to be my second layer. So you'll have 2 layers of noodle and 3 layers of sauce, okay? And then just spread it out real even and everything. That's how easy it is, all right? Then just repeat. You start with your noodles again, okay? Put my noodles back in here again, like this. And then just put them in there like that, and then repeat the layers, okay? Some more cottage cheese. Spread out like this. And like I say, if you like more of that kind of stuff, you can put more. I just don't overdo whenever I'm putting this all together because sometimes people don't like it. All right, a little more Parmesan, mozzarella, just like that. Okay, and a little more parsley. Just a sprinkle. You don't have to measure it because you're just kind of lightly sprinkling it over the top. So there's not like a measurement for it, okay? Then one more layer of the sauce. Going over the top of everything. Make sure I get it all. I want it to be as even on there as possible. Come out just right, just the right amount. Then I'll just take my spoon and spread it around real good, make it nice and even on there. Like this. And then I'll add some more mozzarella and Parmesan on top. And then we'll put some foil on it and put it in the oven, okay? That's how easy and simple this is. Okay. When my kids were young, this was one of their faves. They loved it. And they thought I had spent so many hours in here, and literally it takes 15 minutes to prep this and get it ready. And just like with the inner layers, you can put as much or as little cheese on top as you want. All right, it don't have to be a skim and it don't have to be overloaded. Whatever you like is just fine. And then just a little Parmesan on top. Cover it off. Okay. I don't measure that, I just sprinkle it. Okay. Then this is oven lasagna, so you don't have to boil the noodles ahead of time or anything. So all you got to do, once you get it all layered up and get your dry noodles in there, is take a sheet of tin foil or aluminum foil and put it on there. Make sure you seal your edges up good, like this. And then put it in your preheated oven that was preheated to 375 degrees. And then time it for an hour, okay? So that part's done. Now what I like to do while I'm waiting for that to bake is I go ahead and get my garlic toast ready. So like I told y'all, in Texas, we like to use Texas toast to make our garlic bread. Now sometimes I do make homemade, like French bread, and I'll slice it up and make the garlic bread with that. But tonight, we're just going simple. We're going Texas toast, y'all. So, however many pieces you want, it don't matter. This is so easy. Like, Anybody can do this. Even your husband can do this, all right? So I'm gonna make 4 slices because it's just me and my husband right now. He's the one manning the camera for y'all, all right? So I just take this and then take some butter, all right? And just butter the tops, okay? Like this. Y'all have all probably buttered bread before. It don't get much easier than that unless you're gonna put water in a cup, all right? And if you don't know how to put water in a cup, I can't help you, okay? Now, we're gonna butter this bread up real good, like that. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, y'all. Then, I just take a little bit of garlic powder, okay? And I just sprinkle it on, just like that. And if it comes out too heavy, simple trick. Shake it. It all depends on taste to you, how much you like. I'm just sprinkling it. If you try it and you want more, put more next time. Then on mine, I put a little bit of, just a tiny little shake of garlic salt. It just gives it a little extra flavor, okay? And then I like some parsley on mine. My husband don't really like it on his, but I put it on mine. So just shake, shake, shake. You have little sprinkles on there, and that's it. So now this is ready. All I'm gonna do is when it gets closer to time for the lasagna to come out, I'm gonna put it in my toaster oven. So when we get to that point, we'll be back with y'all, okay? Hey y'all, we're back. The lasagna is almost ready. It's less than a minute left. It's like 40 seconds. So I went ahead and got my toast, my garlic toast going in the toaster oven here. So that'll be done shortly, and this will be coming out. And when it does, we'll set it out, take the lid off, let y'all take a look at it.
Oh,
we'll let it cool. And then we'll get the toast out and we'll be ready to go. Rock and roll, y'all. All right, so we already got our plates here because we're hungry. It's been a while since breakfast, and we just snacked the rest of the day. We didn't eat like a full-on lunch. So here we go. It's ready, y'all. Go ahead and turn all that off and get it out. It's hot now, I'm telling you. So, take this full off. Look at there. Woo, look at that boiling. It's ready to go, and I got my spatula ready to cut that thing. And the garlic bread is almost done too, so I need to get my pot holder ready for that. And we'll get out a plate, put that on when it gets done. It's just a few seconds left for that. So we'll be right back, y'all. All right, y'all. So it's all ready. I just got my toast out on my toaster oven. And normally, sometimes I might make a tossed salad with it. Just some lettuce and tomatoes and broccoli or whatever in that salad, fresh broccoli. But tonight, I just thought, well, it's just me and my husband, so we're just going to have us some lasagna and some garlic toast. So let's cut into it. Let's see what the deal is. And you can let it sit here and cool as long as you want. But I'm going to go ahead and pull it on out. Look at all that. Olive Garden ain't got nothing on us now. Don't tell them I said that, though. Now you're ready to eat it. Let's give it a little shot here. Perfect. Just like your Nene made it. So y'all, if you like my channel and you like watching me make this lasagna and garlic toast for y'all, please like my video and subscribe to my channel and share it. Tell all your friends. We'll see you next time in Nene's Texas Kitchen.